Hello grade 3, how are you? Wish you are doing the best. Inshallah, in this video we are going to sort or classify animals according to their habitat. طب what's meaning of habitat? Habitat is the place where every animal can live. Each animal has its own habitat. Okay, each animal or plant or human has its own habitat. And habitat is the place where an animal or plant lives and grows. For example, the shark. What is the habitat of the shark? The sea. The shark live in the sea. And the sea habitat or water habitat, which considers sea, rivers, and any habitat which contain water, is a suitable habitat for animals that only breathe through gills and can swim using fins. Another habitat, which is the polar habitat, and polar habitat is the habitat where there is a lot of ice, an icy place, a place that's full of ice. And in this habitat we have animals like polar bear, penguin, polar fox, seal, and walrus. The animals that live in the polar habitat must have adaptation to live there. Like for example, the polar bear have a thick fur to feel warm in this cold habitat. And the penguin is covered with thick feather to feel warm in this habitat. Another habitat, which is a desert habitat, and desert habitat is a very hot habitat full of sand. Animals that can adapt to live without water for a long time or living in a very hot area share the desert habitat. Some of these animals are camels, snake, scorpion, and tortoise. And even the cactus plant. You know the cactus plant? The cactus plant live in the desert. The habitat of the cactus plant is a desert, as the cactus plant can adapt living without water for a long time, as it keeps water inside its body. Fine. Let's see some different animals that live in different habitats. Here we have animals that live in desert habitat like the camel, cactus, javelina, desert tortoise, merkit, and road runner. Some another animals that live in desert like the scorpion, cactus, jackrabbit is a kind of rabbit, but let's say that rabbit, ordinary normal rabbit, live in the forest. Merkit, camel, cactus, eagle. Animals that live in Arctic or polar, like the walrus, seal, polar bear, moose and reindeer, Arctic fox, penguin, snowy white owl, and Arctic dog. Animals that live in the farm, turkey, hen, rooster, goose, cow, dogs and cats, ox, chick, rabbit, cat, duckling, and duck. But I want to remember something. Duck and duckling also live in the pond habitat. They like to live in the pond habitat. And even in the farm, if you said farm or pond, both of them are right. Goat, sheep, lamb, calf, foal, kid, and horse. Animals that live in pond habitat, and pond is a small area of fresh water. Frog, grasshopper, ducks and ducklings, some kinds of fish, and even crocodiles. Animals that live in the forest. Deer, some kinds of dogs and cats, fox, elephant, tiger, leopard and panda, cheetah, squirrels, monkey, zebras, rhinoceros, and hippo. Those are the different habitats which we have. Desert, domestic, which we live in. Domestic is our habitat, and sometimes dogs and cats. Farm, forest, polar habitat. UK wild is the forest habitat. Wetland, which is the pond habitat. Tropical rainforest, savanna, which kind of forest, and oceans. Fine. Let's answer some questions about the habitat. and after answering them inshallah I will load the sheets which we are going to answer by the video. Let's start by this one. Put a cross on a place where wood lice like to live. Wood lice is a certain insect. According to its name, it's called wood lice. It love to live in wood, or wood is its own habitat. So put a cross, so it must be the tree branches and trunk. So this is the habitat of the wood lice. Why do wood lice like to live there? Of course, because at this habitat it can find its own food, it can find its own water, its own shelter. That's why it likes to live in this place. It like to live in this place. Name two other habitats in the picture. It seems like we have ponds and we have forest. So we have pond habitat and forest, and those are the two other habitats. Another question. Draw a line to sort these animals into two groups. Look and concentrate. It seems like we have some insects. So here a group will call insect, and the other group worms, slugs and snail. We can call them soft slimy animals, soft invertebrate animals. So here we are going to write insects and their soft slimy animals. We will put here spider, fly as it's an insect, and bee, and here we are going to put slug, worm and snail. By the way, we can classify them or sort them according to animals which can fly and animals which cannot fly. Like we can write here can fly and there cannot fly. Okay, and the animals which can fly like the spider, fly and bee, which cannot fly like worm, slug and snail. There is more than one answer, by the way. Label each group. We said animals which can fly, animals which cannot fly. Caterpillars eat leaves of plants such as trees, which is a good habitat for caterpillar. Caterpillar eat the leaves of plants such as trees. What is the good habitat of caterpillars? He's asking us about the good habitat of caterpillar, and he told us that it loves to eat leaves of plants such as trees. What is the name of habitat at which we find so many trees? Think. It's the forest. Some frogs live in a village pond. The pond is filled in to make a car. Some frogs live in the village pond. The pond is filled in to make a car park. What will happen to the frogs? They destroy the pond, and this is a kind of destroying the habitats. What will happen to the frogs? Maybe they are going to die, extinct. Think and answer. Explain how a polar bear is suited to its habitat in the Arctic. How polar bear is suited to its habitat in the Arctic or the polars. We are going to write about the adaptation of the polar bear to live there, which is having a thick fur to feel warm in this cold place, and the white color of the polar bear help it to hide from enemies, which means camouflaging. Thank you very much for watching the video, grade 3. Hope you are waiting for the next video, and inshallah I will load those sheets by the video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.